Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about MCP apps. So MCP apps are simply MCP servers that actually support the generation of UI components. So I'm going to show you exactly how it works. So as an example, I've created this MCP app. It is a weather app, which I've added here as a custom connector. And I'm going to just see how it works. So I'm going to ask, show me what the weather is like in Ottawa. Okay, so now in addition to using a tool that I have created here, which is an MCP server, what you're also going to be seeing is this UI component. So this is not an image. This is an actual UI component that is interactive, which means I can click on it and I can actually see the different components. You can see the components are actually dynamic and they move. So this was released by Anthropic a few days ago, and it's been coming for a long time now since ChatGPT started using these resources and MCP servers to display how you can bring UI components into your chat interface. Now, if you have been following my channel, you know I've made a ton of videos about ChatGPT apps and how you can build them. So the same architecture is basically what's at play. Anthropic and OpenAI agreed to work together on a standard for MCP servers to have UI interfaces. And this is the first time it's been released. It's going to work across Claude, VS Code, Postman, and some other MCP clients as well. So I've been playing around with it over the past few days and I want to show you exactly how it works. But why would this be important for anyone who's building MCP servers? Why is it important to include these UI interfaces? Now, for me personally, what I would say is that not everything is great on text. So as you can see, this weather component that shows me the weather is much better than me trying to read each way and see what's going on. Because I can see that in Ottawa, it's sunny at the moment. Is, and it's minus 5 degrees. I can see the next weather forecast. It's much easier to look at data in UI components like this versus looking at a lot of text. All right, so let's take a look at how this particular extension works and how you can get started. So under the extensions piece in the model context protocol documentation, you're going to find the actual documentation for this. And you're going to also understand why they have done this. So I think going back to what we were saying earlier on, they're saying text responses can go only so far. So sometimes users need to interact with data. So if think about you doing financial analysis or you're interacting with large swaths of data, you want to sort of plot something on the graph, you want to watch a video, like anything that requires interactivity, they're saying rather than just making it a bland chat interaction, it's great to be able to infuse UI components into them. So this is what they're saying. And now they're asking, like, why not just build a web application instead? And they're showing some of the cool things that make MCP apps really cool. So it talks about context preservation. So the app lives inside the conversation. So which means that you can always sort of go back into a specific snapshot of that particular application and you can go back to that specific part of the UI. This is not always the case when you're using traditional applications where you have to sort of, log in, log back in, go back to the specific place where it is. This can bring a lot of different applications together into one conversation. So I can be having a weather conversation, looking at my weather apps and a weather snapshot. I can be talking about stock analysis, all within the same conversation. It talks about the fact that there's a bi-directional data flow as well. So from your application, you could call other MCP servers as well. I think this is where things start getting interesting. So you could build your application in such a way that it can interact with other MCP servers or call other tools and refresh your app directly in there. So the user experience part of this is really what makes it really cool. And that's what they're really talking about here. Now, so it talks about how MCP apps actually work. So now the key thing here is this UI preloading. So basically there's a tool description. So when you kind of create your tool, typically when you create a tool, you don't really need to add this kind of metadata to it, but this is requiring you to add this in the description of your tool's metadata. Something similar also is happening in ChatGPT apps as well. So basically that's one of the things you need to have. You need to have this UI preloading, which sort of points to the UI resource. So this can be an HTML, CSS, JavaScript type bundle, which is in your resources that it can point to when that tool is executed upon. I think we can actually take a look at exactly how it works with this flow so you can get a sense of what's happening. So a user can start off a conversation like, show me some analytics. Now the agent basically will initially make a tool call to the MCP server, right? So like in my case, show me the weather for a particular city. It takes that information. It makes a call to my MCP server. Now my MCP server is going to return this inputs and result. So when it returns this input or result, the agent uses that information to go push that data to the MCP app iframe. So the way this thing is rendered inside the Claude is inside an iframe, right? So in that iframe, they're taking the data from the MCP server, loading up the resource into the app iframe, and then pushing the data into the iframe. And then the user can also interact with the data just like you saw me do there, and that will send requests to the agent, which can call more tools, pull in fresh data, and so on and so forth. So this is basically what the flow looks like when it comes to actually building these type of applications. All right, so it talks about when to use MCP apps. It talks about when you're exploring complex data, you want to show graphs, you want to show the metrics of multiple data points or things of that nature. This MCP app could be a really good way to do it. Now, over the coming weeks, I'm going to delve deeper into some of these examples. And there's a few examples also that I'm going to be sharing with you in the links in the description, which shows you some of the possibilities of what type of apps you want to build. Okay, talks about setting, configuring with many options. So setting up a deployment involves dozens of interdependent choices. So rather than going back and forth within a particular conversation, you could use an interface instead to make things much easier. Viewing rich media, so 3D model, looking at a PDF, doing maybe something around images or videos and stuff like that, and you want to sort of see it right inside your chat application, in this case Claude, or your agent, makes sense to use something like this. Real-time monitoring, so you want to show like live metrics or logs or things of that nature. One of the easiest ways of building these MCP servers is using a coding assistant or a coding agent itself. So in my case, I've used Claude Code, and actually they provide a skill, right, that makes it easy for you to build this. Now, I've also built out my own skill, and I've built out a plugin. I'm going to drop the link to the plugin in the description. I'm going to be actually using that in our demonstration as well to show you how to build it. So this sort of walks you through exactly how to go ahead and build it. All right, so I am in my tutorials folder. So this is where I drop all the various tutorials that we do on the YouTube channel. All of that is available in this tutorial repository. So you can always go in there and clone any of the applications that you want, or kind of understand exactly what the structure looks like. There's a ton of MCP servers already in there, as well as ChatGPT apps, which can serve as reference. So I'm in the MCP apps folder right here, and you can see our weather application. So I want to talk about the structure of an MCP app. So you have an SRC folder, which will be like where things like your components are. So like if you think about our weather component as an example, this is basically where it is stored. And I also have some CSS in here as well. Now, the other thing we need is an HTML file, because the HTML file is really what your app is going to be rendering. Of course, this HTML file is basically using the React components. That's basically what it's rendering, is rendering that React component. So when we build it up, it's going to become that full component that you see on your screen. So this is basically like a container for our React component. Now you also have like a server.ts file. This is basically your MCP server itself. And this is where you want to sort of define your MCP server, import all the various things things that you need, including the extensions as well. Now you can read the documentation to see all the things that you need to set up, or you can just basically follow this example as well. And then you have like the actual function for the server. So this is just the fetch weather function. This is basically what fetches the function and returns it back. And we also have the actual server, like this is where the server is actually created. So we use like the create server function right here, and this is the list of tools within that particular server. So in this case, we have get weather as one of them. Now, when I was saying earlier on, your tool needs this metadata information. So you want to put this UI piece, and this is how you tell your MCP server, or you tell the agent, here is where my UI resource lives. So it lives inside the get weather resource URI, which is defined so that you can get that information. So this is where we define the resource itself. So here we're saying the resource contains the HTML that we talked about earlier on, and that's the resource that you're serving. And this is basically how we get our MCP server started. Okay, so feel free to go and take a look at each and every one of that. I didn't want to really go too deep into the code, but I want to show you how to use my MCP server plugin to build out an application. So the very first thing we want to do is to start Claude. Now, if you're using any other server, that's fine. But I'm going to be using this because I want to show you exactly how to build with the plugin. Now, the first thing you want to check out is the plugins. So you go to plugins and Claude Code, and I've already installed these plugins, but you can go into Marketplace and you can install a new Marketplace. But I already have a Marketplace in place, and I have installed my MCP App Builder, which is this one. And this is the one that has the application in there. So I already have this set up, so I'll put a link in the description for how you can set it up. Now, I'm going to go ahead and use a / command. I made it so that you could use a / command. So when you install this plugin, the MCP Builder plugin, you would see a / command for new MCP. So I'm going to use that MCP server, and this is going to walk me through like a guided step-by-step of how to build the application. So I have a few questions for you to help you design the app. One, data lookup and search. So let's actually build something like a stock analysis app. Let's say we were building something that is for stock analysis. Let's see if we will be able to do that. So it's going to be data lookup and search, and we're going to be doing some analysis and insight. And yeah, that's it. So go to the next, and it's asking me if there are external APIs that need to be used. And I would say yes, there's some external APIs to be used because we're going to be using some financial data, and I'm going to move forward. Now, depending on what your application is about, you can choose what is correct for you. Are we going to be using some widgets? Yes, we're going to be using some rich widgets here. And I'm going to go ahead and submit the answers. So we're just basically taking all the stuff that MCP apps are all about and how to build them, or making it easy to do. So what domain do we want to work with? We want to work with financial and stocks. We're using TypeScript, and I'm going to go ahead and submit the answers. Here it's asking us what our server should include. Okay, stock summary, compare stocks, price history, and I think that should be fine. I think those 3 tools are what we need. What do I want my server name to be? Stock analysis server. That works for me. Go ahead and submit the answer. So now our plugin is starting to build this MCP server. Now it takes a little bit of time for it to kind of go through and build the entire thing. So I'm going to pause the video for now while it's building it out, and I'll come back once it's done. Now you can see here it's actually built the entire thing out, and essentially it's now telling us how we can run this. Okay, so let's go check it out and see how we can run this. I'm going to go into the terminal, into this part of the terminal right here. And what did it tell us to do? It said cd into stock analysis server, which I'm just going to do right now. And also it wants us to npm install and npm run dev. So npm install to install all the dependencies, and then npm run dev. Okay, so seems to be building the entire thing out first, and then is going to start serving our app. So our app is being served right here. Now, the easiest way to make your app available is to use a proxy, right? So for me, I use the npx cloudflare tunnel, and all you need to do is to use this npx cloudflare tunnel -- URL, HTTP, and then you can put the HTTP. In this case, it's HTTP 3002. I think that's where the port is. So I'm going to start this. This is going to give you a URL that your MCP client can call. So in this case, it is HTTP clearance seeker laptop this. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this, come up with all these funny names, which is cool. So now we need to go back to our Claude with that particular server URL that we have. And all we need to do is to go into settings, go to our connectors, go down to and add a custom connector. So I'm going to call this stock analysis app. I'm going to add the URL right here with /MCP, and we're going to add this. Okay. So it seems like it's all good. So it actually took, and you can see all three tools that we've created: compare stocks, get price history, get stock summary. And I'm going to always allow just to make it easy. All right, so let's go ahead and test it out. So I'm going to start with the first question. What's the current price of Apple? So it's supposed to use our application to get that. So as you can see, it's going to go ahead and render that now. As you can see, it's beautifully rendered. It's rendered this beautiful UI component, which is showing us the data, which looks much better in a glance versus reading a wall of text. Now, let's say I want to do a comparison of two different stocks, right? So I can say compare Apple and Microsoft stocks. And again, we're going to be using a different tool here. So here you can see it. It's, returning a comparison chat. So here is showing, what Apple looks like, and it's showing what the Microsoft one looks like as well. And it, kind of gives us a good sense of that. And finally, I can also use this to show graphs, right? So let's say we wanted to plot the chart of Apple's price history over a period of time. You're going to see that it's going to be able to render an actual graph, and you can see this graph is interactive, so you can see all that information. So this is what an MCP app is going to look like. Now, I can imagine that you have so many ideas of things that you want to build. I already have a lot in my mind that I'm thinking about building. Curious to see what you build. If you enjoy videos like this, consider dropping us a like and subscribing as well, and catch you in the next one. Cheers.